Okay everybody, this is mooneydashcam. Tonight we are in St. Albans, Queens. We're going to end up in Jamaica, Queens by the end of the video. The story we're talking about tonight is about a group of teenagers that murdered a Chinese food delivery man for seemingly no reason other than they wanted a free meal. About $60 worth of Chinese food. We're going to the exact location where this all went down. So let's flip this around and get into it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at mooneydashcam. I post in there every single day. Also, please leave suggestions for future videos in the comments. I very much appreciate that. And hit the notification bell so you guys know when I post videos and you can see them right when I post them. Alright, the address that we're going to first is the Chinese restaurant. It is 192-15 Linden Boulevard, St. Albans, like I mentioned before. The date this happened, it was late on a Friday night, September 1st, 2000. We'll be over at the Chinese restaurant very shortly. So it's 5 teenagers that are hanging out. Like I said, they already ate Chinese food. They're ordering more Chinese food. None of them have a criminal history. It doesn't really make sense why they did this. They came from, they didn't come from like poor families or anything, as far as I understand. And they all decide to come up with this idea of robbing the Chinese delivery man of the food when he gets there. For what reason? I don't know. None of them have a real explanation for doing this. This is everybody in the friend group. 17-year-old Daryl Tyson, 17-year-old Jamel Murphy, 17-year-old Stacy Royster, only girl in the group, 16-year-old James Stone, and then the youngest, 14-year-old Robert Savage. At around 11 p.m., they used Stacy's cell phone to order about $60 worth of Chinese food from this place, Golden Wok. Pulling up on where the restaurant Golden Wok was. They order it to an address of a secluded, abandoned home. It's right next to some woods. We're, of course, going there. It's about a mile from the restaurant. A little bit less than a mile, to be exact. If we're going to get technical here. Pulling up on it now. It's just to the right. Okay, here is where the restaurant was. It is now a hair salon, beauty parlor, whatever you want to call it. Say hi to the truck. I was saying before how it's a little bit less than a mile, to be exact. To be really exact, I just double checked it. It's a mile and a half away. So this is Golden Wok. The delivery driver sent out for this order was 44-year-old Shen Jin Liu. He was actually the owner of the restaurant. And he would help with deliveries from time to time. He was in America at this point for about 10 years from southern China. At this point, he had 3 restaurants. He had 3 restaurants at one point, and then he ended up selling one. So we had 2 restaurants, but this is where it was. This is the block. That's church letting out right now. Oh, well, Lotus. You don't see those too often. Back in the truck, off to the murder site. Alright, the next address that we are going to is 130-19 176th Street, Jamaica. Like I said, it's about a mile and a half away, not too long to drive. We're probably taking the exact route that the delivery man took on that night. And it was late, so this is really the setting that you'd see. I mean, it is at this point 22 years ago, but this is the route. If you're interested in what they ordered, I'll tell you right now. Oh, new Corvette, you see that? They ordered General Tso's chicken, shrimp lo mein, shrimp egg foo young, and an order of chicken and broccoli. Now, this delivery man and restaurant owner was said to be a really big family man. He was here for 8 years already, starting businesses, probably sending money back to his family in China. And then 2 years before this whole incident went down, his wife and 2 teenage teenage kids came to America. And they would work with him. The wife was actually the one that called the police on this night. And the 2 teenage kids would work at the restaurants that he owned also. So, he pulls up with 2 bags of food at around 11:30 p.m. to the address that they sent, which I'll repeat again, 130-19, 176th Street, Jamaica. I think the friend group's initial plan was not as malicious as this turned out to be. The term that was used in some articles that I read was blanket party, where it's used in the military, where they hold someone down on a bed with a blanket and they rough them up with like, a soap bar and a sock or whatever. They punch them a little bit. It's kind of a stupid thing. Sometimes it can be more serious, but that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to rough up this delivery man, get their food, and ditch. It turned out to be much, much more sinister than that. So the friends are all hiding behind trees. Stacy is the one to go up to like kind of grab the food from the guy. As she goes up to grab the food, the other friends pop out and push him over. Then they throw a blanket over him, hold him down, and start beating him like crazy. Now, if they just stopped at the beating, they might have never got caught. Maybe they would have called the police on them, and nothing would have came of it. This is the year 2000 in Jamaica, Queens. People got beat up. Assaults on Chinese food delivery men is kind of like a thing. I don't know why that is. When I looked this up, a bunch of different stories come up about assaults on Chinese delivery workers. So I don't know why that's a thing, but probably would have followed up and never found the kids, and it wouldn't have been a big deal. But then the youngest one took it a step too far. So everybody's beating him besides Stacy. And like I said, the youngest one, Robert Savage, the 14-year-old, grabs a brick. I don't know from where. They are at an abandoned house, so it's very possible there was just one laying around in the dirt. Grabs the brick and beats him in the face 3 times. They say those were the fatal blows that killed him. Those 3 whacks in the face with a brick. They ran off with only 1 of the 2 bags of Chinese food that they ordered, which there's plenty of horrible parts of the story, but if you're going to go through all this to get some Chinese food for free, take all the Chinese food. I'm saying this in like kind of a funny way, but it's not funny, like, seriously. So you can see the woods are here, people dump here. This is a secluded road. You know it's a road no one comes down when people park their box trucks on it. Directly to the left, at this house with the car jacked up on it. So this duplex right here, or fourplex, this address to the right, where this connected to this driveway, is where the abandoned house was. As you can see, it's dark. There's woods here. You can imagine 22 years ago, it might have been a little rougher in this spot. Oh my God. If I'm almost twisting my ankle on a pothole, what does it do to a car tire? Yeah. It's a seedy area. Seedy looking, I don't know how bad it really is. And then that right there was the property that this all went down at. You can imagine it was about 11:30 at night. So, like I said, they only grabbed 1 of the 2 bags that they ordered, and they actually left and they ate their food after killing the guy, after murdering the Chinese delivery food man. Chinese delivery man. Chinese food delivery man. I got it out eventually. They went and ate the food. Horrible. The wife called the police after he didn't return to the restaurant after a little while, because it wasn't far away. The official reason for death is multiple blunt impacts to the scalp, torso, and face. Several $100s were in the pocket of the delivery man and inside the car, and none of it was touched. It seems like they truly just wanted a meal and maybe to do something stupid and like a thrill killing. I don't think they meant to kill the guy, but whatever it was, it turned into much more than they wanted it to be. And they quickly tracked down who did it, because they just tracked Stacy's phone number, since they called off her cell phone, and found her pretty much right away. Back into the truck. So the grandma of the girl, Stacy, claimed that she had bipolar disorder, which does not excuse you at all from doing something like this. According to the courts, she did not show a lot of remorse and kind of tried to exclude herself from what happened here. So she got a pretty hefty sentence of 17 years. This is 2 years later they got sentenced. Stuff like this moves kind of slow. Jamel Murphy got 11 years because he right away pled guilty and kind of went along with the courts very easily. James Stone got 16 years. Daryl Tyson got 17 years. Both were first-degree robbery. They took a plea deal. Now, 14-year-old Robert Savage, he pled guilty to second-degree murder, and I guess since he was a minor at the time, he got 7 years but life parole. So that's a pretty rough sentence. He did kill somebody. I'm not going to say that's rough because it's pretty fitting for what happened, but alright, that is pretty much everything I have to tell you about this situation, this horrible, senseless crime. Over $60 worth of Chinese food. Hope you guys enjoy, but also I hope you didn't, how it goes. See you in the next one.